Hello and welcome to another command block tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to start thinking with portals. So, for today's tutorial, what we're going to be doing is teaching you how to make your very own portal gun in Minecraft. Now, this is based off of the portal gun that you guys have seen from the hit game Portal. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it before. If not, I'm going to just demonstrate to you how it works. Basically, we have two different colors of wool. Now, I will show you guys if you want to change what block you're using or what item to activate it, but I'm just using two different colors of wool. So basically what we do is if I want to fire the blue portal, I simply hold blue, look in the direction I want to fire. Boom, it's going to shoot out the blue portal. Now you'll see it deleted the old blue portal. Anytime I fire the blue portal, it's going to delete the old one and make a new one in whichever direction I'm facing. So, and it's going to be the same thing if I hold the red wool. Deletes the old red one, places a new red one. Deletes the old, places a new. And the cool thing is, whenever I enter one of these portals, it takes me to the other portal. It's pretty simple, but really neat, honestly, because look, I just infinitely enter one of these portals, and if I want to go back through, I just step out real quick, step back in, and it takes me directly to the other portal. Now, in this situation, it's not that useful, but here's this nice little situation. I want to get all the way over here. I don't feel like walking all the way. Just shoot one close to me. Now I'm all the way over here. Or perhaps you have a gap you want to cross. I want to get over there, but it's simply too far. With a blue portal here, red portal right behind me. Boom. Now I'm across this deadly gap without actually taking any risk myself. So there's a lot of really cool uses. You can make puzzles with this. Plenty of fun stuff you guys can do with this, and I can't wait to see some of the stuff that you guys create. But without further ado, let's get into the actual commands. So the commands are split up in a few sections here. This right here, this is the firing mechanism. These are the teleport commands to make the portals actually shoot forward and stay in place. These portals are what actually teleport you as the player in between the two portals. And these are here just the particles. You can experiment with these as you want. Another thing to note, this isn't exactly multiplayer friendly in the sense that there can only be one blue portal and one red portal at the same time. So multiple people could have the same portal gun, but if you want to make it more multiplayer friendly, you could simply do what they do in Portal Co-op, which is just add more colors. But let's get into the actual commands now. You will notice some of these commands are conditional. These two, and then there's two over there that are conditional. That is very important, and you'll see why in a second. But we start off, and I know this looks like a long command. It's kind of scary looking, but just follow me through it, and it should make sense. What we're doing is checking for a player that does not have the tag sneak, and you'll see why that is in a second, that has the item red wool, it's in their main hands, and then we do this position 1.6, blah, blah, blah. That's detecting that the player is sneaking. If you haven't seen it before, I have a full tutorial on how that works. If you're not interested, just know that this is detecting the player sneaking. Then we're going to be summoning an armor stands. We're going to be summoning it a little bit lower because we raised it up over here. We're going to lower it down. And then we're going to spawn it in with the name red. Simple as that. Once we do that, we're going to kill anything that has the name red and has the tag use. This is so that anytime I spawn a red portal, it kills any old red portals. After we spawn it in, we give it the tag use. That means it's ready to be killed next time we spawn a new one in. And this way we're not accidentally killing the old one. Hello, Jolly. Anyways, now we're going to do the exact same command for blue. So you can literally go through, copy the command you had last time, anywhere it said red, so up here, change red wool to blue wool, and red to blue. It's really that simple. That's actually going to be a lot of the commands. We will just swap red and blue around. Same thing right here. Kill anything with the name blue and the tag use. Remember, both the kill commands are on conditional only. If it's not conditional, you will just not ever have any portals. Please make sure these two are unconditional. Okay, next up, we are executing at a player that does not have the tag sneak, and then we're doing the sneak detection, which is what this is right here. Position 1.6, blah, blah, sneak detection. Then we're adding the tag sneak. This way, it's not going to be firing off a ton of portals for as long as I'm sneaking. It's going to fire off one portal every time I sneak, and then stop, because we don't want to be firing a bunch. Then we're doing the opposite, so this is detecting if I'm not sneaking, And if that is the case, it's going to remove the tag sneak. That way it's ready to fire a new portal every time that I start my next sneak. Now we're simply going to be giving the armor stands invisibility, so it just affects name equals red invisibility, affects name equals blue invisibility, nothing complicated here. Then we're going to be giving red the tag use, as well as blue the tag use. I know it seems like a long chain, but I mean realistically it's just the same stuff repeated over and over again, so it's actually not as complicated as it might first appear. Next off is also pretty simple. All we're doing here is anything that is named red, teleport itself in place. The reason we're doing this is that so if I were to fire this at a wall and there's no floor, this way the portal's not going to be falling to the ground, it's going to stay in the air. Now the other command we're doing is almost exactly the same, except we're doing it these 3 carets followed by a 0.6. That's going to be teleporting the red thing forwards, but we have true to make sure if it hits a wall it's just going to freeze in place like we have up there. We are doing the exact same thing with the blue. Once again, you can just copy these commands, replace the word red with the word blue, and it will work. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated, but I will explain it as we go through. So this is how we're going to be checking to teleport the red player to the blue portal. The player at the red portal to the red portal. And we want to be very careful because we don't want players to get stuck in a portal loop where they're instantly being teleported back and forth. So we want to make it so once they get teleported, they're kind of stuck there until they leave the portal and come back into it, so you can actually control when you want to go through the portals. But what we're actually doing here is just saying, hey, if a player does not have the tag port, and port is the tag that we're going to give the player once they use a portal, and they don't have the tag sneak, so that's another thing about this. If you don't want to go through a portal, you can simply sneak as you approach it. And as soon as you stop sneaking, you will go through the portal. So this has 2 benefits. Number 1, you can choose whether or not you want to go through the portal. You can sneak past portals to not use them. But it also is going to make it so that whenever I'm firing, it doesn't immediately teleport me, right? Because I'm sneaking already. So if I'm not being teleported while I sneak, it's not going to teleport me when I fire the portal. That's the whole point here. So anyways, back to this command. Doesn't have the tag port, doesn't have the tag sneak. It's going to be checking if there is a red named portal, the red portal, name it's red, whatever you want to call it, within half a block radius. If so, right, we're going to go check, we're going to move the location to the blue portal. So this is if the player's at the red portal, we're going to the blue portal, we're going to play this sound. That way the sound will be playing when the player arrives. So this is technically an optional command, but this is if you want the sound that we have here. Sounds like the Enderman teleporting. I think it's a great addition, so I like it. Next up, we have actually pretty much the same command with a few differences. So, but it's the same deal, right? We're checking if the player doesn't have the tag port, the player doesn't have the tag sneak, and the red portal is within half a block of them. If so, simply teleport the player to blue. Simple as that. Next up, and remember this is a conditional command, that is important. See, conditional right here. Execute as same tags, so port and sneak, if the entity blue is within half a block of the player at the tag port. This means that once the player goes through the portal and they're at the other side, they're at the blue portal, they are given the tag port. This is going to make it so the player doesn't accidentally go immediately back through the portal. This is basically a thing that, hey, don't teleport unless the player leaves. So this is basically a lockout. If the player has the tag port, they can't go through a portal. Then up here, we have this command, which is execute at a tag equals port. So anybody that has the port cooldown, it's going to say unless there is a blue portal within half a block and unless there is a red portal within half a block, remove the tag port. So basically, if I'm not in range of either of the portals, so within half a block of either portal, it's going to remove the tag that's preventing me from going through the portal. That makes it so after I go through a portal, all I have to do is step out and step back in to be teleported again. That's what this little bit at the top means. So hopefully that made sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's fine. Just copy it how you see it on screen and it will work for you. So let's just go through. I will show you all the other commands, but this is the exact same set of commands, except we replace the words red and blue again. So once again, same command. We have blue here now and red here. Exact same commands. We have blue here now and red here. Same commands, except we have red here instead of blue. And this is actually the same command. You don't even need to switch it for the last one. You can if you want, but you don't have to. And that's all you need for the actual teleporting. This is all the functionality of the portal gun. The last thing we have here is the particle effects. Now, you're more than welcome to change them if you want, but I'm just going to show you how I did it. If you have better ideas on how to make the particles, absolutely do that in your own world. So for the blue particle, pretty simple what we did. Execute at E, name equals blue. We're doing the blue flame particle. We have the first one at 0.2. Then we have the exact same commands at 1. The only thing we're changing here is the coordinates to raise the height of the particle. And finally, same thing at 1.8. And that's for the blue portal. For the red portal, exact same commands, except we use the redstone or dust particle. Now, same command, but at 1 instead of 0.2. Same command at 1.8 instead of 1 or 0.2. And that is it. So you guys can just simply add these commands to your world. You will have access to your very own portal gun. There's all kinds of cool gimmicks and challenges that you can make. Maybe you have a kit PvP, maybe you make some puzzles or some interesting parkour with this type of command. It's really up to you guys. There's actually just a lot of possibilities that you can really do with these. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this tutorial informative. If you guys have questions, do feel free to leave them in the comment section. Although I will recommend joining the Discord, which will have a link in the description for you guys to check out. A lot of people in there who are always willing to help with commands, as well as myself. So please check out the Discord. You're more likely to get some answers quicker on there anyways. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy, and God bless. Bye.